What is up, people? Matt here. So I thought I'd do a review today, and I've been wanting to do this review for a few days now, but I just haven't gotten around to it, so I thought today I'd do the review. So what game am I reviewing? Well, I am reviewing The Order 1886. PS4 exclusive, obviously. Arguably one of the biggest PS4 exclusives out at the moment. It's a third-person cover shooter. The graphics look great. It's developed by Ready at Dawn. So let's get into the proper review of it. So let me give you a bit of background first of all. So you're playing as an order of knights, the Knights of the Round Table, who are still living in, in the 19th century, and they're in a war against half-breeds and pure-bloods, which are called lycans, which are basically werewolves. So first thing you might be thinking, oh right, I'm running around London killing werewolves. Well, no, you're not really, because you get to kill about 6 werewolves in the whole game, and that's only in 2 different sections. And yeah, it just doesn't go like that. There are 2 bosses in the entire game, and they are exactly the same as each other. So, that was very lazily done. I really didn't like that. The combat's fine, the cover shooting's okay. The gameplay's okay. The story, it's not too bad, but it really didn't grab me a whole lot, because the game, okay, let's get the big elephant in the room out of the way. Okay, the game's about 6 hours long. That's with all the cutscenes as well. So yeah, the game's not very long whatsoever. And literally the very last level, I'm not going to spoil it, but the last level of the game, you would think that's just another level in another game. No, you finish the last level and it just cuts to black and then the credits roll, and I was absolutely gobsmacked that was the end of the game. I could not believe that they ended the game like that in only about 6 hours. That's crazy. I'm gonna try and be as fair as I can with this game, but I'm not gonna hold any punches either, because I need to tell you the whole thing that's wrong with this game. So yes, the game's very short. The bosses are very lazily done, and one of the big incentives and probably one of the cool things in the game really doesn't hold its weight. You spend pretty much the whole game just shooting normal humans, just like any other shooter. So the lycan bit is pretty pointless almost. Another thing is, towards the end of the game, you actually discover that there are vampires, and they go nowhere with that at all. They go nowhere with the vampire story whatsoever. Why? They literally show one vampire, and that's it for the rest of the game. Nothing else happens with them. Are they holding that back for a sequel? Probably. But they needed to put all the stuff they possibly could in this game, because it's so short. There's no replayability in the game whatsoever, unless you want to go through the whole game again on a harder difficulty. But there's no new extra things really. So what's the point in doing that? You can't skip the cutscenes, so if you go through the game again, you got to watch all the cutscenes again. No multiplayer, it's a single player only game. There's not really any extras in the game either, to be honest. There's some little phonograph things that you listen to throughout the game. I found them more annoying than interesting. I was like, oh no, not another one. I just want to get on with the game. And it's just, as I said, I'm trying to be as fair as I can with this game, but there aren't a lot of positives. Yes, the game is possibly one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen made. but graphics aren't everything. Yes, the combat's okay. So the graphics are good and the combat's okay. You might think, well, that's enough. No, because there's so many other flaws that drag the game down. It is hard for me to recommend this game to anybody at all. Even die-hard shooter fans, I probably couldn't recommend it to because of how short it is. There's no multiplayer. There's just, and you know, the price, okay. I mean, to get this new, you're talking 48 quid. I couldn't recommend this game until it drops to a fourth of that. So say £12. Then maybe I could say, okay, get this game. You know, you'll have a good time and it'll be worth the money that you pay. Any more than that, I don't think you're going to get your money's worth, to be honest. You know, and it's sad that they put a lot of, they must have put a lot of, you know, effort into it, I'm sure, but the game just didn't. It was just too short. The story didn't really go anywhere. It's like they purposely cut it off for the next game. You know, it's disappointing because the game did look nice, but I always had my doubts about it. And it just goes to show that I was right, you know, originally. But yeah, I mean, Order 1886. It's a disappointing game, and the fact that it's one of PS4's biggest games at the moment is quite sad, to be honest. I can't recommend it at the moment until the price goes down drastically. Save your money for another game you're looking forward to, like Bloodborne or Final Fantasy, and don't pick up Order 1886 yet. But as always, guys, thank you for watching my video, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Bye now.